Good morning, everyone. This is Vidette Vanderweide, and I am a chapter member of the eWomen Network, Orange County chapter, and I'm bringing you another member introduction. And today I have the pleasure of sitting here with Debbie Hamilton of DH, that's as in Debbie Hamilton, DH Healing Light. So, Debbie, thank you for joining us today and introducing yourself.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your business. You're transitioning in your life. I was going to say a little bit, but it's kind of a lot. So tell us a little bit about your transition from where you were to what you're doing now.
The business that I started with eWomen, also have, is a graphic design business. But over the course of the maybe last 4 or 5 years, I started recognizing that I had some gifts. Gifts that I've known I've always had, but I've always put them pretty much in the back seat, and finally decided to start learning about them and practicing them and working with them. And I've found that I am a energy healer, a medium, and a psychic. So about, maybe 4 months ago, I decided to actually start, rather than practicing it and just doing it on friends and family, owning it and using it as my business.
Very good. And I imagine that was a big decision. It's a scary decision to what you say is own it and step into who you really are and exclaim that to the world now.
Yes, it was very...
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry.
It was a little nerve-wracking. It took a lot of soul-searching and making some decisions to actually do it. And there's many layers to why it was difficult to put it out there. One, just myself, and knowing and admitting that I want to do it and take it on, and just also the perception around you. There's many people that are very, very much into this and excited by it, and other people that tend to fear it or naysay it, so to speak.
They don't get it yet. But you know what? Doctors and lawyers have naysayers too. So those of us who are into energy and understand energy are very, very welcoming to you and to your gifts. So tell us a little bit about how you help people and what it is your ideal client is.
Okay. Well, energy helping, I use Reiki and Karuna.
And talk about what that is for someone who may not know anything about that.
It's the channeling of a higher energy force. I do it hands-off. The best way I describe it is that it is going to be a massage of which I'm not going to touch you. My hands are going to hover about 5 inches above you. I'm going to pull in this higher energy force and just push your bad energy out with this higher, wonderful feeling energy. When I do it, I'm going through a process of symbols that I've been attuned to, and I stand above the person. They're on a massage table, and I proceed to do the symbols as well as run my hand over them. And as I run my hand over them, a heat comes out. People say they feel the heat. Some people say electrical charges. Reports are very calming, very relaxing. Some people actually feel things happening in their bodies and things realigning and readjusting as far as their chakras are concerned, and their meridians and things to that effect. Everybody has always had a very positive experience, even if they don't feel anything right there. They certainly say they slept the best they've slept in a very, very long time that night.
So they don't. Two-part question here. So it's not necessarily like they're going to walk out of there being like, "Woo! I had that huge experience." Sometimes there is an experience, sometimes there's not. However, either way, there's a healing that has occurred because of your energy work. And who would need a Reiki session with you?
Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If I have people who might have just not be feeling well, be low on energy that day. Maybe their back is hurting them, their shoulder. They've gone through a surgery and they want to get the anesthesia out of them, all the chemical effects. All the way down to somebody who just wants to pamper them.
Wants to be whole. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned at a previous meeting of ours that your specialty is in your mediumship. Is that the right way to say it? So talk a little bit about that and how you connect to people on the other side.
The mediumship is one of my specialties because I truly enjoy it. A lot of fulfillment out of it. It's just a wonderful feeling when I see that connection in the other person's eye. When I happen to say something that I would not know.
Right.
And only they would know and the deceased loved one would know. And I happen to mention it to bring through confirmation that it's them.
You transitioned from your graphic design business to this, and in that, prior to the transition completely, how did you know that you had these gifts, and when did you decide to find? I mean, obviously, recently you decided to recognize them and bring them forth, but have you always had these gifts? Yes,
I didn't really. I never realized that I was actually a medium, but growing up, there were things that happened a little bit differently. Things would happen that didn't happen to other people, so to speak. So I more or less knew, just never acknowledged it.
Yeah.
And as time went on, about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, somehow or another, I kept getting drawn to go see psychics. Not by myself, but by people I was with. I would be with a group of people and all of a sudden find out that they were going to go get their hand read.
Yeah.
See a psychic, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go along for the ride. And each time I went, my reading was far different than anybody else's. Mine was, they were talking to them about various things, and I would show up, and the first question would be, they want to know when you're going to own it. And I was stunned and had no idea what they were talking about. And then, then they would say, Spirit wants to know when you're going to own your qualities, your gifts. And I'm very much a skeptic, and walked out many a times kind of laughing, thinking, what are they talking about? And then it was finally one gal who said it, and she told me I would have confirmation in 40. And I had no idea what she meant by confirmation in 48 hours. And she fully came out and said, there's spirit here, they want to talk to you. And they're all around you, and they're wanting to know when you're going to own it. And I walked out kind of giggling, and 48 hours, I happened to walk into what I thought was like a yoga, meditation, fitness kind of a building to find out about their meditations. And it turned out it was a metaphysical shop or a New Age shop. And I started speaking with the gal behind the counter, asking her about meditation. She then handed me something and said, actually, this is the class you want to come to. And it was surrounding the clairvoyance, clairsentience, this type thing. And she said, I'll get you more information. And as she walked away, she said, don't be surprised to find out you're a medium. So that, and it just continued that way.
So when you're on your path, you'll get the messages loud and clear.
Yes.
Very good.
So it's been just a constant tap, 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 tap. Somebody on my shoulder saying go.
Yeah. So just to wrap up, last few details. Your website is DH Healing Light, and we'll have the link on the page for them to click. So in case that doesn't go through for some reason, they can just click the link. Any last minute thoughts that you want to say to anybody, just so they know everything about you and your business?
I think that's pretty much everything. I am going to start working toward doing over the phone and or possibly even Skype. That's one of the things that will be in my future, so that I can reach out to people that are not within my vicinity. Mm-hmm. So that will hopefully be coming soon.
That's a great point. So for now, you do your sessions in person in the local area.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Perfect. That's all we needed to know. But and your website will obviously keep everybody abreast of when you start doing global work.
Yes.
All
and
right.
Currently my website is under construction, but we are working. We should have it.
Okay. Perfect. Well, Debbie, thank you so much. And for all of those watching, Debbie Hamilton is a beautiful woman and a beautiful soul. And we would love for you to stop by her website once it's up and running, and also join us at the eWomen Network Orange County chapter meetings, events. I think they're called Accelerated Business Networking events. They are beautiful. And Debbie, thank you for being here and introducing us to you and your business. I love this stuff. So you're preaching to the choir with me, but I want to help you get the word out. So thanks for being here, Debbie.
Thank you.